Welcome back. The South African Weather Service is warning of cold, wet and windy conditions coming up in various parts of the country over the next few days. Another cold front is expected in the Western Cape on Tuesday. eNCA's Monique Mortlock finds out from Lebogang Makati, a regional manager at the Weather Service, about what is forecast.
A cold front has made landfall in Cape Town on Saturday night, and we have seen reports that there was snowfall in some parts of the Western Cape, like in Ceres at the Matroosberg Nature Reserve. But to chat to us a bit more about what we can expect and just the extent of this cold front, I'm speaking to the SA Weather Service's Lebogang Makati. Thank you very much for joining us. Tell me about this cold front that hit us last night. It doesn't seem as intense as that first one that we had, that really big one in June when we saw that abnormal rainfall of over 100 millimeters.
Yes, thanks, and good morning to you, Monique, and to the viewers. Indeed, we have a cold front that moved through last night. Just some rainfall that we received for this morning, and we're still expecting some kind of snowfalls over the mountainous areas, but it has fairly cleared over most of the western parts of the province. We do expect, of course, another cold front late Tuesday into Wednesday morning, and with that we do expect some significant kind of rainfall amounts.
Now, I remember you did tell me when we last spoke in June, following that rainfall of 100 millimeters, you said that for the rest of winter, the SA Weather Service isn't really predicting much rainfall for this winter. And it seems as if that prediction came through, because it hasn't seemed as rainy a season like in previous years, but it has felt colder.
Yes, and certainly you are correct. Our forecast was quite spot on, seasonal forecast, as we're expecting below normal rainfall for the season. It was indeed the case. So we've fairly measured, I think only the month of June where we had above normal rainfall, but into July we measured way below the normal rainfall for the month, and into August we're just seeing fairly a series of weak cold fronts. And what we are observing seems to be in line with the projections. The climate projections are indicating drying over the Western Cape, although there is an increase in isolated events of extreme rainfall, but fairly drying up over the province. And in terms of temperatures, I would say again, we're still going for warmer temperatures for this specific season, and that's really what we saw in the past few months, winter month over the Western Cape, except for some cold snaps, isolated events. Yeah.
And finally, on that note of isolated events, we've seen some residents of the West Coast, specifically in Veldrif, reporting there was what they call a mini tornado that seemed to have done some structural damage. What can you tell us about that?
It's certainly not a tornado. We can confirm a water spout, very short-lived water spout event that we saw there. Not something that we usually see from time to time, but they are expected. It did occur ahead of the cold front that made landfall last night.
Thank you very much. That was Lebogang Makati from the SA Weather Service, just sharing some insights. And from what it looks like with the clouds gathering, correct me if I'm wrong, Lebogang, it looks as if we might still be getting some rainfall throughout today. So Cape Townians, stay indoors if you can and grab those blankets. From what we've heard from those living in townships and informal settlements, there hasn't been any major flooding incidents, but we have heard from the Disaster Management Centre that there were some incidents of shack fires on Saturday night, one in Khayelitsha where one person died and one in Nomzamo where another person died. And emergency teams will be keeping an eye. They will be on standby throughout Sunday and Monday, and as you heard from Lebogang, on Tuesday as well, when another cold front is expected to hit the Western Cape. Monique Mortlock, Cape Town.